Good evening, everyone. I have been doing some reading in Erford, this awesome short chapter book. Thumbs up to Dr. Brogan for choosing such a book that is an easy read and also easy to understand. Feel like I'm frozen. Okay, it's back to normal. So I'm going to start with chapter 33 on Premack principle. So this topic this technique is super interesting to me when we're talking about behavioral approaches using positive reinforcement. Dr. Brogan mentioned it in class the other night, and I was like, this seems pretty cool. I think I can relate to this technique. So basically what it is that people are motivated to do yucky tasks if they know they're going to be rewarded in the end. A rule of thumb, or like an old saying, is Grandma says vegetables and then your cookies. So that definitely makes a lot of sense. As you read further into the chapter, it says that this technique was actually first done with animals. So I kind of chuckled at that. What it says is that you must first assess the desired activity of the client, that there's no partial credit given. You have to do and you have to complete the not so fun activity first and then be rewarded. So one of the first steps is to complete a reinforcement hierarchy from least to most favorite. And this will help determine the rewards as well as establish the accomplished task. The book talks about a college student who is struggling with her grades and also gaining weight and has basically an addiction to online shopping. And that's how she spends most of her days and evenings, is online shopping and eating versus working out and going to class and making good grades. So her counselor suggested that she challenge herself to study 3 hours each night, Monday through Friday, and then work out 30 minutes each morning before her day begins. If she completes this entirely, then she will be rewarded with 30 minutes of online shopping for every hour that she studies. So after she has to complete all the study first, and then she gets the hour and a half of online shopping. And at first she's like, that's not enough time. But I think what she went on to realize is that she was going to have to be strict with herself and make sure that she understood that these were new established rules for her life. Dr. Brogan said during class that this upcoming week that we would have to implement the Premack principle into our sessions. So I kind of started brainstorming a little bit after hearing our sessions from Monday, and I thought, what would be some Premack principles that we could apply to our situations and our life's journeys? So thinking about Tori, I was thinking that for every mile that she walks, that she could reward herself with a bubble bath or her latest craving. She hasn't started back to exercising like she wants to, so that motivation of a bubble bath, or I know she was talking about a Big Mac when we were talking about this, might be the ultimate reward for her and help her get back into exercising. Also, Alicia has been stressed out due to her internships and all of her classes, and sometimes procrastinates with her homework. So each week that she accomplishes an assignment on time, like posting by Wednesday and responding by Friday to her post, and turns in her soap notes each Monday, she gets to stop at her favorite place between here and Trigg County, Madisonville, for her favorite snack. If she doesn't complete these tasks, she has to pack her least favorite snack from home and eat that on the way here. Jennifer could incorporate this technique in efforts to strengthen her relationship with Madison. For every 30 minutes that Madison completes her homework without whining or complaining or comparing them to when she's at her mom's house, she gets to earn 10 minutes of one-on-one time with Jennifer. She can save up these 10 minutes and cash them in for like one big day, one big event with Jennifer, like going and getting a mani-pedi. But those are just some thoughts. So maybe y'all can chorus in on those and see what you think. The next chapter was the behavior chart. And this seems pretty basic and things that we've all done. Oh, I didn't answer all the questions. So let's go back to Premack principle. So how's this going to help my professional self? Just knowing these positive reinforcement techniques are going to help strengthen me throughout the counseling sessions. It's going to be another resource that I can implement, another way to connect with my client and to really see improvement. We're all about instant gratification and things like that. So I think that these will help the client see success pretty quickly. And so I think that'll help with my professional career on that. And then, so with my future career, basically the point of this is that this is successful. I really feel like I could implement Premack's principle into working with small children, grown-ups, everybody. I really feel like it's a technique that would work. So back to behavior chart. The purpose is to target certain behaviors during the day. Actions are reinforced on a schedule, and it's shaped by reinforcements and punishments. They are simple to make, and it keeps everything in a positive manner with certain terms. So it's upfront and to the point. Then you decide on how often and what type of rating system you want to use. Then you create the chart. You clearly state the desired behavior and when it will be monitored. Then decide how the individual will earn consequences and what they will be. For instance, Freddie's plan is on page 203. He's a first grader that's struggling, staying in his seat, staying on task. And so his counselor and his teacher are working together to help him focus in efforts to get all these assignments completed. So his plan is a point system, rating scale, and it has rewards. Who doesn't like rewards? It has a goal and a purpose. Sometimes motivation isn't always there, so the counselor has to revisit and find what is a motivator for their client. So using a behavior chart with my professional self is another option out there to help my clients. I actually did this summer during my internship with one of my clients who undiagnosed with different situations, but one of those was he was having trouble in class, but also having trouble like just doing basic things like putting on his clothes and taking a bath. So we did a reward chart, and every time that he was successful, he got a sticker. So behavior charts are awesome because they're visual, and that helps clients see once again, hey, this is working, or hey, this isn't working. What do we need to change in efforts to motivate? Okay, the last one is the token economy. It is associated with Skinner, so it's consequences maintain behavior. It's a form of positive reinforcement, just like we were talking about, where the client receives a token when they display the desired behavior. Once the person has several tokens, they can turn them in to reinforcers. It's a rewarding positive behavior process with selected behaviors. They are then these tokens can be exchanged at a later date for tangible rewards, because everyone likes to hold on to something and not just be like, high five, you did a good job. They actually want something tangible that they can hold on to. This was actually first used in psychiatric hospitals, which I think is funny, but hey, whatever works wherever it is. And it said that money is a great motivator, and yes, I totally agree. If there's money involved, sign me up. I'm there with my bells and whistles on. The main goal of token economy is to modify the behavior. So you name that certain behavior that you want to change. You describe the standards for the satisfactory performance. Then you create and display the rules. You make sure that the tokens are safe, that they're sturdy, and they're not easily duplicated, because there's some smart kids out there that are going to create that so it looks like they have tons of tokens ready to turn in. Then set up the prizes and the prices and have a reward menu. If the client misbehaves, they actually get tokens taken away. So this is pretty cool too. And then it talked about a mystery motivator to put it out there and be like, look, this is what you could earn. I wonder what's inside of here, and to increase positive behavior to happen. It did say that there is a downfall, is that it leads students to develop performance goals instead of learning goals. And whenever I read this, I thought, this is PBIS. Bleh. I don't know if y'all have the same feeling about PBIS or not, but definitely it has ran its course at our school, but we still keep on trucking with it. So how does this concept help? It's just another opportunity to help the client, to help parents, because parents can learn these techniques and use them at home. We can also share it with our teachers if they're having issues in the classroom. Just different ways to implement positive behavior, because when there's positive behavior, teachers are happier, your principal's happier, and so much more. So thank you for joining me tonight. Have a good one.